In front of me is the coach, the entrepreneur, the mentor, the future philanthropist, still the girl walking. Go ahead, buddy, introduce yourself. Right next to him is the man with more hair than face. Zach, go ahead, baby.
Yeah, that's right, boy.
You don't know the most. What you talking about, brother?
Thank y'all for joining in today. Episode number 3 of the Reject Rundown going live here at 216 today. So appreciate everybody. But as you know, Phil's in the place where old man normally sits. SG3, where's the old man today?
He is doing the impossible. He said he's going to find Carmen Sandiego.
Oh,
okay. I'm surprised she's still missing.
On the hunt. Okay.
He tried to find her. He couldn't find her, so now we set the old man.
Yeah.
I think he said he's going to go to Antarctica first.
That's fine. It sounds like a good place to head up to. But otherwise, Mr. Phil, we like to give the floor to you. Let the fans know where you normally come from. I know you have a show here on 216 as well.
Yes, sir. Fridays at 9 a.m. We can't do the Bridging Civil Tension every morning here. Friday at 9 a.m.
Nice.
We just got done coaching kids and training at a tryout today. So feeling good. You can find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, find me on LinkedIn, Phil Wallace. You can find me Learn to Sew, Coach Phil.
Thanks.
We're out here.
All right, very good, very cool. Thank you for joining us on the show. We appreciate you.
Shout out to the jersey too, man. I like the North Carolina swag. I like that. Shout out.
There you go.
Duke's better. All right.
All right.
Let's put it this way. It goes back and forth every college season, and at this point right now, I like the fire. I like it when it keeps coming up. Let's put it this way.
How did that season end for Duke?
No.
Not too
Not
friendly.
too
Not too
Do you remember that one time they got eliminated by Texas A&M, North Carolina did?
Do you know that you guys lost to Mercer? And
It's okay.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
He
matter.
didn't know what he did there. That's horrible.
Oh, Lord.
You know what? If it makes you feel better, I didn't even know who they lost to. All right.
Oh.
North Carolina at Cameron in the tournament.
All right, guys, let's get into rejects in the booth, everybody. We got sports stuff to dive into, so let's dig in. First thing first, boxing goes, we're going to get into boxing real quick because, if I'm not mistaken, SG3, you shared a post with us just recently stating that Spence and Crawford are closing in on a deal for November 12th or the 19th. Now, we did discuss that last episode.
Told you.
Did mention
I was going to come through or not.
Hey, maybe we got more watchers than we think, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what do you think, Zach? You appreciate that little post that's coming up? You think it's a good fight to make?
Hell yes. I'm going to first say this off the top. Crawford all the way. But yes, I am excited for this fight. I'm happy that it's coming. I felt like, I felt like we were on the same page as, the people that are putting these fights together.
Facts.
Because, look at it. They see something good. We see something good. Mm-hmm. And I know the crowd is just anticipating. They can't wait. So
that is true. Phil,
I think it's a good watch. Yeah.
What about you, Phil? You think this is a good made match to make at this point right now? This is something that need to make for each other?
I can see it. Obviously, there's a following for it. There's a big push for it.
Yeah.
Money to be made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Crawford gets himself a win.
Again?
That's why he's my boy. That's why he's my boy.
Why are you guys
Crawford,
picking
man?
Crawford? You can't give Spence like a one hit, what's it called?
He'll throw a jab.
Any boxer has a chance.
He can land one and just lands in the right spot, and then he will. But if it stays long,
Crawford's
Okay.
too agile.
I'm
Too
gonna be
agile.
honest with y'all. When I watch Crawford in his boxing matches, he bores me. I'm just saying. He bores me to death. He's a very, slow boxer. Okay,
Maybe that's the kid in you, Tony the Kid. No, I'm just playing.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I need some haymakers. Maybe I need some type of flash, some type of skippity feet or something like that or whatever. Getting a pippity paps and whatnot.
A little wind up.
Can you imagine losing and someone says skippity pat?
Skippity pat.
Are you a jazz musician?
Like he's gonna look at him like, did he just say that? Like, man,
Is he scatting?
Yeah, he's scatting. So, that's my thing. What about you, SG3? I'm pretty sure you're gonna go with Crawford. So
Of course.
What am I?
Of course. Have you not seen the way he adjusts his game in the middle of the fight? Coach don't even got to tell him he's already adjusting. The last time I saw that happen was Muhammad Ali.
Okay. So you putting him on that level now?
Big name there.
Mentality-wise, absolutely.
Okay.
Mentality. He don't even talk, though. That's the best part about it. He don't even talk to you. He lets his game do the talking. He gets you right here. Don't believe me? Look at Gambo.
That's before the fight, if I'm not mistaken, right? He talks a lot of stuff.
He talks before the fight, but tell me when he talks during the fight.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Muhammad Ali will jab you all day verbally in your ear. Don't believe me? Look at George Foreman.
Oh, true. Very true. Very true. Very true.
I like that.
So I think it's gonna be interesting to fight to make. You know what I mean? So let's kind of get some more details. Hopefully, we actually get this deal. I think it's a well deserved fight to watch for fans to kind of get out there.
It's finally happening, dude.
Which is good. I appreciate it very much. So now, otherwise, Tuesday we just found out Tyson Fury announces his coming out of retirement to face. How do you pronounce his dang old name? Chisara. It was a fight. He faced him twice, whatever. I guess this is their third fight coming about.
Oh, really?
Now, after this fight, in the sense, was expected because generally, if this fight was going to happen, it was expected to have it where if he won it, then he would face the winner between Anthony and Usyk. Okay, so that's the speculation to unify the heavyweight titles. But then we just end up finding out on his birthday, if I'm not mistaken, Friday, that Mr. Fury is going to stay retired. Is this something that's going to be, back and forth here, Mr. SG3? Is going to keep doing this to tease the fans or what?
Let's go back to this. So what does he got to prove? I think he's going to fight Chisora just for whatever reason, people just want to see this fight. But at this point, when you had to fight Joshua, you lost horribly to Andy Reese. And he's got your butt handed to you by Usyk.
Yeah.
So
bad
what's he got to prove?
No, I'm just kidding. No.
And on top of that, how many times did he knock out Wilder? The last one, boy's soul left his body. You saw that when the moment hit.
and Wilder couldn't, make no excuse.
Teach me.
I mean, he couldn't make the excuse of his attire that he wore going down the ring and stuff like that. It's not, so it was a well fought, and freaking Tyson gave him.
Okay.
It gave it to him.
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to ask my basketball homie over there. I'm not even going to look at him. I'm just going to ask him. Hey, Phil, before a basketball game, would you wear a samurai suit before the game and then wore one into the entrance of the game? I'm not even going to look over there because I know the answer. So why would a boxer do that?
That is true, though.
You can't say I'm going all the way.
I'm going all the way.
Sword and all.
I mean, that is true, though. I mean, that was a really lame excuse, I think, during that fight and this stuff. And I feel like that would be just in that sense. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Tim Santos, what up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, welcome, Ted. Thank you for joining us. Yes. So, otherwise, we found out, if you guys are seeing this here, this title belt, it looks like it was left here on the table for us. It's because the first show we did, we brought out the toy figurine of the title belt and stuff and shared the winner.
Money in the bank as well.
Right, exactly. And it was fun. And I guess, let me tell you something, brother, decided to leave this for us, and we appreciate you guys for leaving that for us. Now, I don't know if this is a challenge.
All I'm going to say is they haven't seen the title because I haven't brought it in mind.
Oh, okay. So that is true. That is true. So we got a secret weapon for you guys. Let's put it that way. So that is good. So otherwise, I mean, the whole coming out of retirement, though, Zach, I think at this point right now, if Anthony Joshua and Usyk fight or whatever, do you think Tyson's going to be like, I'm going to come back out just to tease a little bit?
For what? For what?
I think he'll turn his head. Obviously, it'll be an eye opener for him. Will he come out of retirement?
For what?
As G3 says, for what? Why bother?
Does Michael Jordan come back to play against LeBron?
Would he if he was in his prime?
That's a good one.
That's a good question.
In his prime.
Would he close gap?
Yeah. If it was a close enough gap. Yeah. If that was closer, then
But at this point, though, let's put it. Jordan already proved everything he's got to prove at this point. What?
Yeah, but you're not gonna let another man stun on your stage, though. You know what I mean? You're not gonna let another man crip walk all over your. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got it now.
I'm gonna tell you like this, though, brother. Let me tell you like this. There's a guy who has nothing to prove, right?
Yeah,
because he's undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that your other opponent ran away from for so long, you just basically knocked the soul out of his body, and then what's you got to prove?
That is true. That's true.
Well,
Okay,
I
cool.
mean,
There's
it's
nothing
not
you can do.
necessarily proven, but he'll come out of retirement. I'll put my
let's
money
put-
on he will. I'll put
I
my
think
money on he
the
will.
big question is that should we get a unification of the heavyweight title belts?
Out of respect for the belt itself and the weight, we should.
Okay.
But at this point, though, I don't think Fury's going to do it. I think maybe if money starts being an issue, yeah. But if not, then no.
I don't see money being an issue. I think Tyson's always been actually very good with his money, and it seems like he's been smart, in my opinion. I don't know. This is my, let's put it that way.
We'll call TMZ for the fact check.
There you go. Yeah. So otherwise, Wilder they actually stated Wilder's facing Robert Hellenius. Don't look at me. Thank you very much. Okay, October 15th. Okay, so expect Wilder to come back. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make a big old statement for anything, but we'll kind of see how that goes.
Okay.
Very good.
We're talking about the Bomb Squad.
Oh yeah, that's true. Teofimo Lopez yesterday he fought everybody. If you guys did not see on ESPN Plus on Top Rank, I guess he went to a up weight class, junior welterweight at this point right now. Won 2 titles. I have no idea that boxing has so many titles on it.
No, this is news to me.
Yeah,
So,
but
okay.
he won. Okay. Not a lot of the welterweights of that division don't seem surprised. Don't seem like he made a statement. I don't think so either. He was getting hit in the head a lot.
Well, you saying he luckily won?
I think the favor to him was a lot. Yes, he was he was putting damage on his opponent, but he was also taking damage himself. Now, my thing is with Teofimo, if he plans on moving up a little bit more within welterweight division and trying to make that statement, then he needs to better his defense up because he was getting tagged. And you come across,
especially if you're trying to go against Crawford.
Thank you. I was gonna say, becoming a fighter like that and with that type of defense, you're gonna get knocked out. I'm sorry.
Moving weight classes is not easy for anybody.
Thank you.
So unless
Especially
you're the style bender, you know what I'm saying? No,
right.
But that's what
There you go.
I mean,
whole different realm.
You saw Canelo when he moved up. That didn't go so well.
There you go. That's a good bet.
I don't think he wants
What
to
are
follow
you talking
that
about? He knocked out
No.
Kovalev. Come on, man. He
Oh,
knocked out Kovalev.
whatever
Come
the
on.
other guy was, he got
He said
almost
whatever
knocked
the
out.
other
That's
guy
what I'm
was.
saying with that one. That's all. Now, moving on to NFL stuff. Okay, we just saw a few things this weekend on NFL preseason. Good thing Bears. Luckily, you guys won.
They did fantastic against the second and third stringers of the Kansas City Chiefs. What we expected them to do.
Is that a good thing? Is that a good SG3 when you see that type of strings actually come up with that type of energy, though?
So, okay.
Just saying.
All right, cool. So let's put it. Your high schoolers beat Pee Wee football. You're excited? Yeah, come on. Let's get excited for that. All day, every day.
I'm just checking. I'm just asking the question, man. I don't know if it's something to be excited for. I didn't really get excited for the Bears. Let's put it that way. It's the Bears.
Justin
man.
Fields got 58 yards.
I was more excited that Trubisky, won, got a touchdown on his preseason game against the Steelers. He got a TD pass. You didn't see that?
No one's worried about that guy right now, man.
Ain't nobody worried about that man.
Nobody's worried about Trubisky.
I'm just seeing.
They're more worried about Baker Mayfield in that division than they are about him.
Baker.
I'm just checking, man.
He ain't even in the division anymore. Let's go with that.
That's true. That is true. Now, there are some issues going on, though, with Roquan Smith, their middle linebacker, and the general manager, Poles. There is some money dispute issues.
Oh, really?
I don't know if this is a good sign. Do you think this is actually a good sign for what's going on over there?
But listen, I'm going to just say it like this. With him requesting a trade, I think it was like a petty move because look at Deebo Samuels, what he did. Look at the money he got. Devontae Adams, I'm not going to play until y'all pay me.
Yeah.
What happened? He got traded.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, same thing. He got paid. I feel that they're going to do the same thing with Roquan. However, though, they kind of took him off the PUP list and said, you're either going to show up or we're going to start disciplining you.
He was there at the game.
So we'll see what happens there. Personally, though, this is just me following because I know the NFL so well.
Yeah.
I feel that Roquan did the right thing as a player, and Poles is kind of like, if you want to be petty, I can one-up you because I have that power. However, though, they've been discussing this since
way back
March after the Super Bowl.
Right.
And Roquan Smith literally said himself, they haven't given me something that I am okay with.
That's true.
Like, they brought nothing of lucrative to me.
Yeah.
Like, they don't respect me.
Yeah.
So I can see why he decided to request a trade.
That is true. Now, is he causing a lot of drama there? Because with all the trades that occurred, with all the signings and releasings in a sense, I feel like it seems that Poles is causing a little bit of a little disgruntledness with him and the players. But that's just me. That's me looking at. Me
He's
looking
been
from
doing
outside.
this since he signed. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That kind of goes from there. Go ahead.
All right, so Kent Jones, the tough part is Smith is his own agent. There are certain things he can't do because he's a player. An agent could work for him a bit better. True.
That is true. That is very true. A lot of those type of players do. I think, if I'm not mistaken, who was the same player that did that? Cornerback. The Megatron. What they called him? Not Megatron, but he called himself Optimus Prime.
Yeah. For the Lions. Well,
for the Seahawks.
Oh,
For Seahawks. Sherman. There you go. Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah, he was his own agent in a sense. He handled his own deals and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that guy. He's a coach now. So, out the league. I mean, not league, but, you know what I'm saying, not playing no more.
I mean, how old is he, though?
Well, yeah, he's up there.
What about you, Mr. Phil? What kind of football players or team-wise do you kind of follow in a sense?
None of them, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially Bears preseason. Every single year I watch you guys get excited for preseason activities. And then the rest of the year, it's the quiet game.
Yeah.
And I see nothing but Packers posts. And
Thank you. I
moved here in 98, and every year next year is our year.
Yeah, supposedly.
We sound like Cowboys fans, man.
Yeah.
You had the one Super Bowl versus the Colts, and other than that, it's been unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each year afterwards and
Yeah.
everything. I agree.
Why do you guys get excited for preseason Bears?
I didn't get excited for preseason.
No lie. I think when you get that new coach and you get the new signings and you get the new draftees and you're like, oh, okay, this is what's up. Now we're looking like we're going somewhere. And then third or fourth game into the season and it's like, oh, crap, here we go. It's the same old from the season before.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So why not wait quietly, hopefully, until a couple more wins and then talk trash?
Oh, Lord.
All right, so here goes Kent Jones one more time. Since 1985, the Bears have only won 6 more games than the Lions.
Ooh, facts.
And that is not a pretty
Perspective.
stat to go. That's not a pretty stat to go with because it's like Lions has technically somewhat been the bottom of our division ever since Barry Sanders left. Right, so it's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all.
I did tell you though last season. Remember that?
What did you tell me last
And
season?
I tell you last season, dude, I called it out, and we have the podcast to prove it. Matthew Stafford went to the Rams. What did I tell you? Within 2 seasons, Super Bowl or both.
Instantly won.
Yeah.
Instantly won.
I said within 2 seasons, go. Give him a ring.
That is true. I mean, let's put it this way: the only player that was big heat that came with the Lions, the only one that did not win a Super Bowl had to be Megatron himself after he retired because Stafford won it. He won it with just the Rams last season, and then, if I'm not mistaken, Dominic Sue won it with Tom Brady the season before that. Am I right? 2. Well, there you go.
Damn.
Look at that. They had to leave the Detroit in order to win. I think it was 1.
No, it's 1.
It's
Yeah,
1?
sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it's 2 or not, but yeah, I think it was 1. But that's kind of weird. Now, kind of speaking on preseason stuff, we saw Deshaun Watson play for the Browns. A lot of fans Zach DeMaggie said they booed his butt.
They booed him. They did, and they were also chanting some stuff about him, like "you sick fuck," I believe it was.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was. Yeah, they weren't very happy with him. Obviously, we know why. But I mean, would you expect anything less of a backlash from that?
You know what
or?
though? I just think
that was rough.
aside from the whole thing that happened and everything that's going on with him,
Yep.
I just think it was the punishment given to him.
Yeah,
That got the fans upset because he only got 6 games at first.
That is true.
That's true.
And then it was like when the fans started finally saying something, which kind of goes into our next topic. We're
true.
going to talk about it with the fans being more vocal, saying, look at what Calvin Ridley got, who bet, 1,500 on one game when he was injured, got 17 games. Look at all the suspensions that have happened going on. And all of a sudden now he has 24 plus allegations and he's only going to get 6 games.
That is true. And that's now. Is it the right punishment for it? I think I'm gonna ask Phil on this one. Is that the right punishment for it?
I missed this. Allegations for what?
Sexual allegations. Basically, like went to massage parlors and tried to get too much of a happy ending.
He learned a little bit too much from Phil.
Over
Emery.
a couple, over 100 women though.
No, not Phil Emery.
24.
A lot. The Bears GM. No, what's his name? The one that the billionaire, the philanthropist, but that little poor guy. There you go. But yeah, in a sense. But do you think the 6 games punishment wise for that is okay?
So he's the Bill Cosby of massage parlors?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then
Epstein. No, he's the Epstein.
He's the Epstein.
He's the Epstein. He's the
I like
Very
that.
Yeah.
Putting up real numbers.
Yeah.
bro.
So you know what? I'm just gonna drop this. Like, it's not even a fact. It's just kind of funny. So there is a social media page called NFL Memes, and they said it's ironic the fact that he moved to Cleveland the same week that the National Massage Parlor is
Ooh.
down the street. I'm like, man, y'all stop
Oh,
it.
They're going meme
God.
crazy on this guy.
Yeah.
So just so you know, they're going meme
They're going
crazy
pretty ham on
this
him
guy.
on that sense. But it's kind of weird. I don't know.
6 games is a minimal sentencing. If we're being honest, we got 24 allegations, bro. Like, you need to spend those Sundays in the church.
You need to be laying down, excuse me, kneeling down and going, Lord, forgive me.
I even read something. Why not? Like, he has to sit out each. You know what I'm saying? Like assault. You know what I'm saying? Like 24 assaults, 24 games. He has to sit out. You know what I mean? That's what I heard.
That makes sense. But I think that kind of puts in like what SG3 said. The next kind of question to go about this is, do the fans being more vocal kind of push NFL executives to change the whole scenario and
It
make
shouldn't
things
have to
faster?
get to that point, though.
You know what I mean?
It shouldn't have to get to that point, though. Because everyone was like, oh, look at it. Like, they tried to get the other side of the story. And I saw it where they said he didn't play last season. He didn't play last season because of his choice. It wasn't because of the league. It was because of him.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like, cool. So the league is finally going to just give you 6 games. When Calvin Ridley, who was injured that game, said, you know what? Why not? I got free time. I got money. Let me bet $1,500 and just right away instantly. You're spending the whole game.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they're looking into NFL or NFL, what's it called? Their union.
NFLPA.
They're looking into this to kind of sue this, reverse this. If I'm not mistaken, are they reversing it or they're trying to make it longer?
They're trying to make it. They're trying to make it the year. They're trying to make it basically all 17 games.
Okay, so the whole year suspension.
Yeah,
which is the right punishment. I'm assuming.
I for sure.
Out, right?
You know what? I agree with him. 24 games.
24 games, 24 allegations.
Going into the next one. Yeah, why not? I mean, that's your decision, right? You put yourself in that. You made your own bed. You know what I mean?
Is that the same level we're going to put at with Michael Vick in a sense, with his, dog market? Am I right? Am I right?
Hold on. He's kind of going back here.
No, I'm just laughing. Like, you made your own bed. You made your own massage bed.
Exactly. Yeah, I got hands on that one. That's why he's like,
oh,
that was very punny. That was very punny.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I guess. All right, guys. Let's move to some different sad news in a sense, but also exciting news that we get to celebrate this young lady. Some tennis news. We know we normally go into tennis, but we have to for this one. This lady is a special lady. Serena Williams is actually set to retire from tennis, everybody. We won't get to see her fantastic self grace the tennis field any longer. It's been a long road. It's been a long path. They got a biopic movie that got Will Smith an Oscar, but also in trouble because of a slap, worldwide, stuff like that. In major ways, major news and whatnot. But, I mean, the world of tennis will never be the same. Am I right, Zach? Am I right, Zach?
Yeah,
you feel like it will be?
It won't be the same. No way. That's big change right there. And it's a good change for her. You know what I mean? We wish her the best, I'm sure she's not, I don't think she's done with tennis. She's probably going to make like an effort to still obviously be there for games,
coach,
and
scouting,
support, maybe even coach, or scout.
I can see that.
But as far as her gracing us with her awesomeness skills, she will definitely be missed, and it's a game changer.
That is true.
According to Kent Jones, one more time, actually, Will had a good forehand.
Either that or him and Chris Rock were trying to play front hand backhand, but I think
backhand.
I don't know. I think Chris didn't get a chance to say backhand at that time. So it was. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's be honest. Serena Williams is an Olympian. She's a champion. She's all of that in the bag of tricks. And at this point right now, it's going to be sad to not say her name during a whole meet and stuff. It's going to be different to have these other ladies play tennis, but it's well deserved. Well deserved. Am I right,
brother? Listen.
Yeah.
We can go through all her accomplishments, and I think we'd be here an hour.
Yeah, that is true.
That woman is on the Mount Rushmore.
That is true.
Of tennis.
Yes.
Beating new school and old school.
I mean, the importance to her when she first stepped onto the tennis court was a big, especially let's put it this way, Phil, for African Americans. Would you not believe that she was a shining beacon of light within the tennis court?
She's the only one that we saw on the national level.
And she got assisted. No. Just as cold. Right.
I mean,
but she solidified. Like, you always got to put her in the finals every year for 2 decades.
Yeah, give or take. I would have to say, yeah. She was in there.
Yeah.
Big time.
to be top tier for 20 years straight,
Mm-hmm.
where they just know, okay, for the finals, this is just when you have to.
Yeah, right.
That is true. Yes, in this sense, that is true. And it's like you kind of see now that the new tennis players that are coming up that are more actually telling us, I looked up to Serena, I saw her gameplay. That's who I want to be like, and to have that type of mentality going into being in tennis and stuff. It's like, that's good. That's good history.
Right.
That is good. That's a good path to follow, and that's also a good challenge to be like. I don't think anyone's going to be greater, but someone's going to be like looking at that and putting that on the wall. Like, that's accomplishments that I want to sit there and go for.
What's the shelf life on like an athlete? Probably like 6-8 years
on a tennis one.
Yeah.
Like athletes overall, probably like 8.
Overall?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Just no finals.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that just goes into show of how much work ethic she has.
Oh,
With her gameplay and with her
Not
actual training
even
methods.
Tiger in his
and
prime
stuff.
was 20.
No.
Like I can't
No.
think of anyone.
I think maybe like a decade.
Give or take. Yeah, if I'm
before you
mistaken.
start kinda-
Before I actually started deteriorating and started getting back injuries and
So,
stuff.
so just be
Yep.
every year, 2 decades.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's
He
kind
was
of.
just tired.
I kind of. Let's put it this way.
Back
He
injuries.
had played 18 holes before the game.
right. Exactly.
Here we go.
Right. So, yes.
Dedication to the sport.
So that's good. That's good. I mean, Serena, we wish you well on your future endeavors. I know you got a clothing line. You're still in the world of tennis. You still got some stuff. I'm pretty sure Hulu or Netflix are gonna want to do documentaries, little on here and stuff like that. So it's gonna be some more stuff coming out down the
She got a
waterworks.
family too.
And then that too, she has her own family to take care of. Who's to say that her kids don't come on board with some tennis stuff?
There we go.
You know
Drop
what I
the
mean?
bomb.
I mean, let's put it this way: not every great athlete has great children of athletes.
True.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That don't pan out.
We've
the
seen
same.
some bombs.
We saw
Yeah.
it up here, but,
So
Today and
let's hope. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the
my
best.
buddies hope for the Jordan kids. But
Yeah. See, cool. So let's wish for the best.
That's a great transition to the next
Yeah,
topic.
exactly.
That's good.
Great transition. That's right, everybody. Moving on to NBA. Now, this is some sad, but after the death of Bill Russell, rest in peace to the GOAT. Great-ish. It would say. I'm a Michael Jordan fan. NBA is set to be retiring number 6 jersey throughout the entire league, everybody.
Ain't Embiid number 6?
don't matter.
No, I'm
He's
saying
number
like,
6. Alex Caruso's number 6. The great LeBron is number 6. Who else?
Listen, look to the face next to you.
I'm
Whatever.
gonna move on to Phil on this one. Phil, is this the right move for NBA to set this number 6 to retire throughout the league?
I think so, man. The Lord of the Rings gets a chance to retire that jersey throughout the entire, and like so many athletes, like we're with it.
Right.
It's a move to make.
Yeah.
And so that's where you get a chance to see the feedback. If people didn't really think he was that good, like maybe for just Boston,
Dang.
Yeah.
but
That's a good
across
point.
multiple teams, are like not a problem.
That's
Not a
true.
problem. I mean, what was it, 11 rings? Picture where he's sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is yes, that is true.
Listen,
That is true.
your friend Kent Jones asked a question I was just about to ask,
Oh.
but he said, but why wait until he passed away?
Why?
Because you know why? How often did you really hear him brought up in like the great discussions?
Especially throughout the Michael Jordan era.
Not as much as he should have. Like only when people talk about rings did you hear him. Other than that, it would talk about Jordan, for whatever reason, LeBron, and Kobe.
That is right. For whatever reason, LeBron. Let's put it this way. Especially in sports channels when it comes to the debate sessions and they start debating between Jordan and LeBron, who was the greater. And then all of a sudden, when they mentioned the rings, then Russell's name got dropped. So it's more or less of like, okay, what's going on with that?
Hold on,
Yes.
wait.
Uh-huh.
Another comment from a good friend. He said Kent Jones. He was a player, coach, and won the title.
Oh. For
At
what
the
team?
same time.
Player, coach? Really?
Yeah, dude, he was a
Back in
coach.
his league?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I did not know this. I did not know this.
X's and O's here, X's and O's here. All right, cool. I'm in the
Really?
game. Let's go.
Right.
Wow.
This is the
Let me
play.
put it
Give me
this
the
way.
ball. No.
I don't know Bill Russell's history. I don't know his whole history and his gameplay. I don't know too much about that part. Besides that,
Look, I'm gonna tell you, when they were talking about greatest because of championships, and they brought up Jordan, they brought up Tom Brady, they brought up all of them.
Yeah.
Bill goes,
Mhm.
"Why not me? I have 11. I was a coach and a player.
Mhm.
Where's my name in greatest of all time because of championship rings?"
okay.
He's like, "Ain't no one got more than me."
That's true.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, it should have happened earlier. I mean, to justify Kent's point, it should have happened earlier. I don't know. Maybe the league's looking at it as an eye opener, but I mean, I think it's fair. Definitely retire the number 6. Definitely, whoever's got it. Like Phil was saying, overall, I don't see any problem with the league. They should all be okay with it. Right. I think so. Overall,
yeah.
It'd be interesting to see anybody have a disappointment or a disagreement on it. So
okay,
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Okay, so now I guess the debate will then keep moving forward. Then at this time, am I right? Is Bill Russell the GOAT? Is he the GOAT
of rings?
Of rings?
Like, hey, the man. Overall, I like the name, the Lord of the Rings. That's the chime to it right there.
Let's put it this way, Phil. Gameplay between Russell and Chamberlain.
Okay.
Like, is there a difference? Are they the same?
You know what?
Or is there one up better?
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna do this one too because my boy over here in the back, he's good with basketball.
Okay.
Kent Jones. What do you think on this one?
Well, Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain?
That's interesting. That is very
That's two different Titans.
Clash of the Titans.
Because if I'm not mistaken, they played the similar type of in the time frame.
But
you know what I mean?
Russell owned Chamberlain. 11 titles. How many did Chamberlain get when he played? So.
Oh, that's true. When they face each other, back then.
Right? So that's where
okay.
It was over. Yeah.
Will could jump out of the gym and he could lay the ladies down too, but Russell came home with a championship.
He came home with 11, brother.
I gotta make room for
Will's like, I came home with 11 ladies, and then I guess.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like when you're so great, you keep other great people from winning championships.
Yes.
And I think that's why I like Jordan so much because like he'll sit at the table with the other greats and be like, as long as I'm playing, none of you
will
ever.
You know what? Let me go ahead just to kind of throw a jab. Not even gonna look that way. But can LeBron say the same thing, brother?
Hell no.
He can't.
I'm sorry. No, he cannot.
If Bilbo Baggins keeps you to 9 points. Keep it with the Lord of the Rings thing. Bilbo Baggins keeps you to 9. I can't. Can you imagine Kevin Johnson, John Stark walking into Jordan's locker room, tapping him on the leg, and say, "Lace him up. I'm on you today." And locking Jordan to 9? Never.
Herrera sells used cars now too.
That's true. That is true.
I can't imagine it. I can't. Kobe? No.
I mean, exactly. Not even Kobe can, because at that point, Kobe not to say how would you say? I'm not gonna say copied his game, but yes, used a lot of Jordan's traits from his game to better his game up and keep moving forward.
And that's where Jordan's like, the only other person who could probably beat me is Kobe, is like, because he used my moves.
That is true.
So if he's the great and this person plays identically like him,
he's the one that has some type of challenge against me.
Yeah. And I just like even like the superhero stories of these guys where it's like, yeah, I had Jordan had 4, I had 14. This is Reggie Miller talking, and I said something to him at halftime. Game ended, Jordan had 44, I had 16.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So he only scored 2 more points the whole half. Jordan went out for 40. Like,
exactly.
Kent Jones, one more time, just said LeBron is an NBA's Jim Kelly. So, again, I ain't going to look that way.
I'm sorry, Zach, but
believe me, it's all good.
I'm sorry, Zach.
Wait till the season starts. That's fine. We're good. We got a whole season to play.
With LeBron.
So wait, you want me to keep the same message as
last
year?
Man, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Zach. With LeBron this season, the next couple of seasons don't seem like he's gonna ever win another title.
He is.
I'm gonna be honest.
He is. When he goes to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, when he decides to join them instead.
That's fine. Being the NBA's Jim Kelly ain't bad. I mean, he's been to the finals 10 times. You got to be good to get to the finals 10 times. Some people don't even get there once.
So wait, let me ask you though: is Jim Kelly considered one of the greatest of all time quarterbacks?
I didn't say that.
Hey, don't put words in the man's mouth. No.
I didn't say that. I just said it isn't bad.
But the whole of LeBron is. I just can't.
If he wasn't good, nobody would be talking about it.
I mean, that is true.
Right?
That is true.
He's
so conscious.
And I'm not going to sit here and defend the man the whole show. The season hasn't even started. So let's
put it this way. The only reason why we can have a conversation about him is because of what he did throughout this past seasons.
And
this
previous,
boy,
and previous,
the boy you have to.
Will Purdue won 3 rings, but we ain't saying he's the best.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
And LeBron won what 5 out of 10. And he won 4. 4 out of 10.
Going on 5.
4 out of 10.
Sprinkle that in there.
And yet,
He's got the same amount as Draymond Green.
Put an
Thank you.
asterisk in there because in 2020 they won the Disney League.
yeah. Thank you.
I'm a Lakers.
So okay,
Yes, that's true. That is true.
And so there's Tim Grover. Tim Grover's the dude who trained Jordan, trained Kobe, trained all these elite athletes, and he talked about like closers, coolers, and he talked about like that mentality for like closers, like you don't mess with them. He's like, I can't put LeBron in that league because when he gets on team with other great people, he takes the second seat.
That is true. Yes.
And so even in the bubble league, if you look at stats, that's AD's team.
Yeah. Yes.
A lot of times for the Heat, that's D Wade's team.
That is true.
Chris Bosh's team.
That's Chris Bosh. Right.
Yeah.
So that's where like
Kyrie Irving in the final.
Even with Cleveland, that's
because
true.
Kyrie went off for 40 something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's like, okay, you're gonna let him pull. Like I can't imagine Jordan like, all right, Bill Cartwright, do your thing.
Exactly.
No.
Yes, that
Tony
is true.
Kukoc do your thing. Dennis Rodman do your thing. Scotty, not even Scotty.
It just
Not even
came with
Scotty.
the flow of the game. If you go back and watch the games, this is why I love Chicago Bulls in that sense during that time period, because that was the game. It was, yes, Jordan had the mentality of saying, I'm taking this ball to the hole. But obviously, I'm smart enough now when I got Phil Jackson on my side to teach me and say, but if they're blocking up that hole, who are you going to pass it to? That means you got to trust the guys behind you.
Absolutely, but he's gonna drive first and then kick to Paxton.
Exactly.
He's not gonna let Paxton bring the ball up the court and
Right.
kind of just chill and let.
No way, no how.
No, sir.
That is true. All right, guys. Moving on, everybody, real quick.
We'll be back.
We'll take a little break. Moving on to the next topic. And before we do, we're going to promote Alex the Barbershop, everybody.
Yeah.
Dynasty Barbershop. Make sure you guys look on Booksy. Look up Alex Garcia. That is where you get to tag in. He does our haircuts. He does our fades. He does children's hairs if you need to. If I'm not
Man's
mistaken,
a beast.
he does the afros a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a while though, Alex. Shout out to you.
Yeah, there you go. So if you guys need a haircut, please go over there and take a look at the shop. It's a very fun shop for the men as well as the kids. Everybody gets entertained and stuff like that. So there you go, everybody. Now, moving on to, real quick, everybody, a quick shout out, SG3. We got to do this, man. A movie coming up this Friday, August the 19th. It is a fantastic, I guess you would say, trilogy movie to be put on there at this point right now, if I'm right. This is the fourth one? That's right, because you're right. Anyways, Dragon Ball Superhero. If you guys are anime fans, you guys are Dragon Ball Z fans in a sense, go and watch that movie August 19th. We are getting the release of the English dub, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. So English dub is coming out here. We got to go watch it. You know what I mean? At this point right now, it's
Gotta
going to be.
critique it, gotta talk about it.
There you go. Exactly, everybody.
It should be good.
Very good. Now moving on to Let's Talk About It, people. We got two interesting topics at hand, and I actually appreciate Phil being a part of these because this is actually really good.
That's why I gotta bring him on for this, man.
Little topic stuff. You're gonna like to be intrigued into this. Now, John Leguizamo slams Hollywood, everybody, for casting James Franco as Fidel Castro. Right now,
Sorry.
thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you laughing at that. Yes, because I did the same thing too.
The way it just sounded when you said it out loud.
Yes.
On paper, it's like, but out loud, it's like, what?
Really? What?
Go ahead.
Okay. John Leguizamo, just as various other minority people,
And I'm a fan of James Franco.
are questioning Hollywood and saying, how is this still going on today? Now, is this an appropriate casting at this time right now? No. Thank you. And why not? SG3? Why would that
How
be
many
appropriate?
people do not have that speak both Spanish and English
Right.
that can do the part? That can do the part.
Yeah. Agree.
What are you going to teach James Franco how to speak fluent Spanish? He's going to say "Ay Dios mío." Like,
I feel like he's gonna say hola.
It's that.
Pronunciation.
It's that. It's that. That is true. Now, that Phil, it kind of goes with Hollywood in a sense. When you put these characters and stuff, and you have these portrays for, let's say, biopics in a sense, right?
Right.
Now, in a sense, race-wise, wouldn't you feel as a director that I'm going to cast somebody within the same race to have some type of understanding of the culture?
You would think so.
You would think.
But they did this. It was like 4 years ago. The Shia LaBeouf movie where he was the worked for the cartel and he was supposed to be Mexican.
Yeah, tax collector.
The tax collector.
Tax collector. That is right.
Okay, he did his role, but like again, why would you pick Shia LaBeouf?
We said this.
Disney kid.
It's
because
he said the same thing. He said the same thing.
You got Even Stevens is the toughest dude in LA.
Yeah.
They can't believe. And the one crazy thing is that they promoted that. I like that pick that you actually put out there. But they promoted him throughout that movie, but he was only in the movie for like 30 minutes of the movie, and then that's it.
Right.
It was done.
It's
that
because
was-
he
that
didn't
was
say
big.
enough. Do it.
That was crazy though. That was crazy. How that movie was wild.
It was. But I mean,
good first half, and then there's
It just
just
went
went
downhill
down-
fast.
thank you. Really
It
quick
did.
and really fast.
It
But
did.
it doesn't make sense to me why they would go this route.
Why didn't they get Antonio
Antonio who?
Banderas?
Oh,
That is true.
yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Is it because he's Puss in Boots? Is that it?
They can't see Puss in Boots as Fidel
Yeah.
Castro.
They boots.
They're gonna see the eyes that the cat makes. It's not gonna be the same.
They're like, no, we can't have Castro giving puppy dog eyes out here.
I mean, let's put it this way. This little comment came from Old Man, so I appreciate you for chiming in on this one. This can be seen even in Academy Awards ceremony where in 2015 and 2016, only Caucasian actors were nominated, which began the hashtag of Oscars So White.
I mean, what was it? Paul Mooney on Chappelle's show, right? Where he was talking about how they were doing this for the African Americans. He said, you're going to have Tom Hanks be the last, he said the N-word, by Tom Hanks.
That was such a good episode.
Well,
Such a good
because
episode.
you're having like, it was The Last Samurai, and it was, what was it, Tom Cruise or
Tom
something like
Cruise,
Yeah.
trying to be.
that? And you're having a lot of that. It's like, okay, well, why would you cast this individual? So I knew the Shia LaBeouf, that was going to be a trend that's going to happen to Latino and Hispanic community. And here we are again.
Yeah.
But what are we doing to stop it? Like, we're having this
That's
conversation.
true.
We're having
What
this
are we-
conversation this week. Other than Tyler Perry, who like created his own studio,
Yeah.
instead of just being able to complain that, okay, well, the Oscars is just going to be all white or whatever. Like, okay, well, there's enough celebrities with enough money. Denzel will
That's
get it
true.
together,
Plenty.
have your own,
Right?
and then put your own movies out.
That's correct.
They need you guys to make these quality movies. Go make them over here, cast who you want to.
The other thing is too, though. I guess I have to bring up Will Smith in this sense. There are a lot of times, especially during the 2015 to 2016 timeframe, where he brought out quality movies himself. Pursuit of Happiness.
Great movie.
Thank you.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Thank you.
7 pounds.
It was 7
Damn.
pounds. Thank you.
Great movie.
Ali itself, when
Ali.
he was nominated, but I don't even know if he was nominated. That I might have been.
I think he was that was
nominated.
his first nomination.
That was his first nomination, but did not
Didn't
win
get
it,
though.
right?
Didn't get it though.
But it's like, okay, those type of biopic movies you put out there, you do all the hard work, the homework, and all that good stuff, and you put that set movie, but then you get overlooked for something else and something totally different for the Oscars.
Right.
Heck, you know what? At my job, they did this in the beginning of the year when they did like the Oscars, like pick what movies like you think is gonna win.
Mhm.
More than half of the movies. I mean, normally I don't watch movies myself, but
That's
like
true.
I haven't even heard of a lot of the movies. I'm like, wait, foreign films?
Thank you. But yes, a lot of these other movies that let's
Like,
say
we're not even talking Encanto.
right, no, not at all. But it's some movies like this become nostalgic and
No one
become.
talks about Bruno.
But it's like, but I feel also too with these type of pickings, and let's bring this out there. I don't want to put Robert Downey Jr. down, but when he did the cast when he was in Tropic Thunder and he was portrayed as an African American, as a blackface, it's like, should you take offense to that? Let's put it that way. Would you take
it was
offense
more
to
of a comedic thing, but still, people obviously did take it seriously though. They did, and there was people that were affected by it. But I mean,
You could have put in Dave. If you want to do comedy, they're not gonna get any better than Dave.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Kevin Hart, you know what? Even Kevin Hart would have had his moment back then.
Yeah, that's true.
Will
Yeah.
Smith,
earlier, Kevin
like
Hart.
there's Eddie Murphy.
And especially when it comes to biopic movies, I think that's another thing too. When it comes to biopic style of movies, you would think as a director you're going to stick to the same culture or heritage in a sense with that particular casting. Same like they did this. There's a movie called The Soloist that Robert Downey Jr. comes on again, where he was portrayed as the person that was helping Jamie Foxx, but that person that was helping him was his name was Steve Lopez. So he was supposed to be a Hispanic guy, but yet here's Robert Downey Jr. being inside the movie because they wanted another big name to kind of match with Jamie Foxx.
Right.
You don't feel like Jamie Foxx would take that movie and run with it. And now my eyes is that because he is African American, why they had to put a white guy across from him?
Didn't he show the Sean Ray?
And then did he win that one? He wasn't nominated for that one
He's
either.
one of the most talented people in
That's what I'm
Hollywood.
saying.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I felt like he could have done it. I don't know.
I'm excited to see him as Mike Tyson.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
excited to see that too. He bulked up
Are
pretty
you
good.
surprised though?
Am I?
because we talked about this on our show.
That is
right?
true.
We talk about historically it's been whitewashed. So it's really that surprising that it went over to Hollywood too.
In the sense, no, it's not surprising.
No.
Because it's more or less of who's in control. Who's actually in control of putting the movies out there? Who's in control of letting these movies pass on to be created?
But so wait, let's do it like we're sitting at this table. So we're all at the same table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in control of education, and sitting at the same table, Sal's in control of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
We're still going to put out the same material.
Right.
It's still going to go the same way. Yeah, swap him out for him.
Mm-hmm.
However way it goes, because we're all it's the same group.
That's true.
If they talk about society that really ran from 4 families, it's at the same table.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. Nope. Ken Jones chimed in. The industry is about the bottom line. They are in it for the money. Who puts people in the studio? Franco's in hot demand.
Franco was.
What?
Franco
was.
He was.
Franco was in hot demand at this point right now. Even at that,
he's in hot demand by the cops. I'll tell you that.
Yes, thank you very much. That's exactly correct. He is still under investigation, if I'm not mistaken, for a lot of
Seth
allegations.
Rogen has even said, "I don't want him in any of my other movies
anymore." Not at all.
And they were like best of friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Seth Rogen. Ever since everything came out,
everybody that was in that movie in the end. And all the friends with him. This is the end. Everybody in there. Everyone kind of cut ties with James Franco.
I got a bomb chiropractor that reminds me of Danny McBride.
Danny McBride's
dope,
dope,
the
man.
chiropractor.
Just the same look.
Shout out to Mr. O'Brien.
But it's like, but it's the same look, and it's the same. It's a bad look. But at this point right now, what I just found out too a little bit earlier this week or later in this week, that Fidel Castro's daughter, his own daughter, actually was okay with this picking. But it's like,
because
why?
At this point, who is Fidel Castro?
Yeah.
Like at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Again,
that's true.
You know
Go
what?
ahead.
Ken Jones has said it with me. And Castro was everyone's favorite person. Think about it. Like at this point, you know what? Like, yeah, it's wrong the fact that they picked him, and it's wrong what they did. But at this point, though, it's like, who can sit here and say, "By God, I'm excited to see Castro"?
But I mean, that's a good thing to say. That is a good thing to kind of bring up, and that's an important point. But I think that when it comes to making these type of biopic movies and trying to attract the fans of the importance of what occurred during this time frame and giving some type of, let's say, history lesson, you would want to keep it unique, not unique, but keep it, important. Nope, something like that. Yes.
I mean, just keep it authentic, but at the same time, no. Because I had my best friend murdered in Mexico, and I'm going to take over this country. Done.
That's the Castro way. That's the Castro way.
I'm gonna say this, and there's a lot of love. But if something happens to me and y'all get Ken Jones to play me, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
I'm gonna blame him.
If somebody is passionate and then does this like a hair flick, Axe body spray.
I'm gonna be honest. I might pick Ken Jones just because he's more familiar with you. He knows who you are, man. He's hung out with you a lot more. He knows your mannerisms.
On top of that, he's your height.
Yeah.
Walls with Crocs on.
He's got hey dudes.
Are them gibbets? Are them gibbets in the Crocs?
Lord Jesus. All right. Let's move along, everybody. But good topic on hand. Good topic, everybody. Now, move on to the next topic. Ezra Miller in trouble again. Now, it's sad for me to bring him up another time because we actually brought him up the first time when we did this podcast. Look at me, I'm old school. We did the show. Yes, the Flash guy. Trouble again.
I got all that list we had there. Go ahead.
If you look down at the list, that is all the list of all of his troubles that he's dealt with.
Tell the good people at home what's going on.
So at home, everybody. So Mr. Ezra Miller has been arrested again for stealing liquor at a home in Vermont. Okay.
So wait. So he stole the liquor out of somebody's house?
Yeah. And he got arrested for burglary.
Not even the liquor store or the house? He's getting reckless with it.
He
thinks he's really Flash.
No, right. Thank you. He's just in character. He doesn't understand it. The storyline is the dad was a thief. He's just trying to carry it on.
It'll be funny if he got arrested while wearing the suit.
Oh,
man. That would have
That'd be hilarious.
That would have broke the internet. That would have broke the
internet.
Please. surprised you guys can even see
See
me.
me. I thought I was going through the wall right now.
So out of their house.
Out of the
Okay.
house. So now here's a timeline of all
That's
his legal
great.
problems that he's been dealing with over here. So first, we have in 2020, April 1st, he was seen choking incident, choking a lady on YouTube. You guys can catch it there. And that was a really flag at that point, right?
Choking her for
Second incident, in March 28th of 2022, in Hawaii, he was arrested for the first time for vocally abusive at a karaoke bar. All right? Just being vocally abusive, drunk,
that Waltz of the Wall song, man.
basically, in a sense, that wall song, exactly right. You're right.
They played Journey.
April
They get them every time.
19th of 2022 in Hawaii, he got arrested again at the same bar for throwing a chair that struck a woman in the head. He didn't learn the first time. He decided to go back for the second time, everybody.
Hold on. My question though is, why did they let him back in?
Instantly.
That's more or less of like, either they let him in or he snuck in there and just said, I'm here to mess around. That is true. That is true. Now,
Actually, wait. We got a comment over here
go ahead.
from Felixis Aguilar. She said he's very culty, bad guy, sad face.
Thank you. That is
Sad
true.
face.
Bad guy, exactly. Now, the other fourth incident, in June of 2022, he actually received protective orders. Protective orders. All right, look at me all, name butcher again. Miller accused of acting inappropriately toward two different children. That is by far one of the worst things you can definitely do. When children are involved, there is something mentally going wrrong in your head.
I'm surprised
Right?
I'm surprised you don't have the kidnapping here. Sorry.
Well, yes, that occurred during that same time frame. This is
What
why
the
they
fuck?
actually did the whole inappropriate.
Yo.
Yes, kidnapped those kids in a sense, and then that person, I guess, came back to his family and all that good stuff, and said,
He kidnapped the girl.
"Yeah,
He went like across country with her, and like he was.
Iceland, went to Iceland. They found the girl,
Yo,
put the girl back,
what?
and then she came about, and now she's going against him. Yes, you hear all this? Ridiculous. This is crazy." August 2022, the beginning of the cult allegations come into play, right?
Shout out to Flexus. She just mentioned that.
So now the girl, now the girl got released. So now she's basically saying he's doing some cult-like stuff. All right,
Wow.
It's not just me. He has multiple children there that he's dealing with, or in the group with. That's basically doing some really shady stuff. Okay, so that kind of started reports early on and whatnot. And then the last but not least at this point, August 7th, he was arrested for that burglary charge. So that's 6 different incidents where this stuff has occurred. And yet, DC still has the freaking movie to be set to release.
Actually, we can talk about just the fact that he's never been to jail for any of these.
Thank you. Right now, he's still arrested for the burglary thing, but I don't think he's in jail at the moment.
You're welcome,
He's let
Bill.
go.
You're welcome, Bill.
So,
It's allegedly that he did these.
Allegedly.
Oh, no.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Even though they caught him on film,
Right.
throwing the chair.
Allegedly, it was on film.
Allegedly at the same bar.
Now, that being said,
He went back to
that
back.
being said, that being said, Zach, because of all the allegations you see there, you as an owner of a movie that he's about to make money for you, would you still want this movie to be released?
Kent Jones, hold on very quickly, brother,
mhm.
before you chime in. Kent Jones said he should play Castro.
Hey, he's living a criminal life, to the fullest right now. So I would probably agree with that.
You should play
I would
Castro.
agree with that. But
ahead,
going back to the question, do you think these Discovery and WB would keep releasing this movie? Would they release this movie at all?
Well, to answer your question with facts, obviously yes, there's a date, so they're going with it. But what I personally, personally, no. I'm a prideful guy, so I wouldn't want somebody like that as a representation of a superhero at that point. You know what I mean? Like in real life, you're doing all these criminal things in open doors, obviously, allegedly. Allegedly. But with that being said, you're just gonna release a movie and act like nothing's going on. I mean, I don't know. I'm frowned upon it. Put it that way.
Okay.
I'm not too happy about that. And these are a lot of these cases are this is news right here to me. So goddamn, man. What the hell? What have you been doing?
Right.
Where's your agent at? Where's your agent? Like Jesus. What
Exactly.
He's like Roquan Smith. He represents himself.
He represents himself right now. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's like, man, if I had an employee or a person that I'm representing that did all of this, I'm dropping you like a bad habit.
Bro,
I am dropping you real quick.
Like what?
You know what? Hold on.
But is
Okay.
that now? Here's the thing. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me play devil's advocate because that's kind of what I'm best at here.
Oh,
We got a
But-
from a
Oh, look again, Feliz Aguilar. I wouldn't watch it, Anthony. Your TikTok you posted about the matter made a good point. I wouldn't support it either. LOL. Laughing out loud.
Thank you very
What
much.
about Old Man?
There you go. All right, Old Man 2 as well.
Oh,
hey,
Old Man!
hey, there you go, Old Man.
Commenting from Antarctica. Told
Yeah.
y'all. But WB is happy to release his movie and can the back. So basically, what he's saying is they're happy to release
Yeah.
the Flash,
Right.
but they want to basically take off the
Batgirl.
production line. But Batgirl.
That's right. So now that being said, to chime in, Old Man, actually, the ball that will be the next question there. Fans are upset about Batgirl being shelved, but yet Ezra Miller is he's still out there getting paid for this Flash movie if they get to release this. Now, my problem with that is that and this is going to be a big thing here too, she's an African-American lady. And her movie got canned and canceled, but yet Ezra Miller can definitely get all these reports and get in trouble, all these incidents, and they can still say, I think we can run with this. I think we can go with this.
So here's the thing. I think though, like I said, let me be devil's advocate here. I feel that it's like, look, you know what? We already spent X amount of money.
They spent $200 million. They spent $200 million on the movie,
production,
this is exactly the reason why they're saying they don't want to cancel it just yet.
But I feel that though, like at the end, they're gonna do something either really improv or you're not. It's like way out of left and right field,
That is true.
where they're gonna sit there and say, well, and the Flash had to leave because he had to retire for whatever reason. Now the guy from the show is going to take over because the fans like him better as a Flash character. Never seen the show, but not the one.
That's true. But yeah, but put a conversation, Mr. Phil. How do you feel about that? You know, African young lady over here made a movie where seemed to be.
By the way, her budget was only $90 million.
Only $90 million, and yet, and this is what occurred. She was promised that she was going to be a new frontier for these set movies. She was going to be the helm, the face, one of the co-faces of the set series that's about to come out. But yet, she gets canceled, and this gentleman out here can still keep his movie because...
Of course. Like you said, there's already $200 million invested. Mm-hmm. They're not going to lose that. It's not going to be a $200 million L. It's not going to happen. Secondly, are we really surprised that white Hollywood is pushing forward with allegations against children and don't care?
That is true. Yeah. That is true.
That's called Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yes, I'll go with that. Hollywood.
That's been known for quite some time now.
That is true.
So for that to be the offense and them to pause, you have, from what we understand, no actors. Most of them have an allegation of children about some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't surprise me.
One more time. Elise Aguilar. But when did they start filming the movie versus when he started the Well, I'll say it's the shit. Since he's been in this for a while. Excuse me, for a minute. Yes, they know what they're doing.
That is true. The allegations started in 2020.
Right.
They filmed the movie already in 2022 in March. The movie was already done by then. The movie was finished, but just being edited at that time frame. In 2020 was the first one, but 2022, 2 years gap difference for him being in trouble, because that means within that 2 year gap difference, you were filming the Justice League, if I'm not mistaken, all this stuff.
Listen, there is a video out there in 2020 where he threatens cops and says, either y'all act up, or I'm going to kill y'all.
Oh,
facts.
Very good. Interesting to be put out there. So, yes. Now, what's Old Man? Old Man said something there, too, as well.
Old Man RJ. Again, he's in Antarctica. He's going to be eating a stick of butter in order to keep himself warm. He said, Mr. Wallace, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, well, there you go. Yes, there you go. But, I find this very unfair in the sense, what I heard from the Batgirl movie wasn't going to be very good, that there was a lot of issues with it. But, the sense and the pre-notion that you're kind of shining out there isn't a good pre-notion, because you're telling everyone and all the fans to sit there and say...
I would have wanted to see the chicken leather.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, let's let...
chicken leather.
I think we can... I think the African American ladies and this young lady, she's not like as if she's as his character, but she can wait a little bit. Let's make this, let's have this guy get his run.
You know what? I think at this point, I'm just going to add this before we close out.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a close eye on it, because, again, you just spent $90 million. So there's only been one other time only one other time where Hollywood will like redo a whole movie, and that's when the main actor dies.
Yeah.
So if the movie comes out Batgirl wise,
right,
and she's not the main,
yep.
What he said,
Yeah. That is true.
Hollywood.
And that is very true. Though. I mean,
Hollywood.
it's sad. It's very sad. I don't like it, but you're very true.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all I got for everybody. Those are all the topics we have for Let's Talk About It. We thank you for joining us today here at the Reject Rundown, everybody. So appreciate it. SG3, let the fans know where they can find us.
Guys, y'all can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Dak the Next going to be commenting on you guys, or excuse me, responding to your comments. Facebook. We'll eventually also on YouTube. We are on Facebook. Again, I'll say it again. Once again, my boy, my main guy, Mr. Phil Wallace, future philanthropist, future billionaire. I'm going to stake it. Kent Jones as well. Thank you, brother, for commenting as you always do. Appreciate it. Thank you for chiming in with us.
Yes.
My little brother over there, Danny Dewey, for just coming along with the ride.
He's up sleeping over here.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, so Zach the Back, go ahead and say bye to peace, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. I want to take this chance, though, to for real, give me the commentary on Twitter, guys. The Rejects are all about the Twitter life. Come at me.
Bash
Okay.
LeBron.
Go there, sports-wise, entertainment-wise, trash-talking-wise. I'm there. Don't be hating when I come back at you. That's all I got to say, all right?
Oh, there
Love
you
you
go.
guys, though. Follow us everywhere, please.
He can't defend LeBron forever. Go ahead.
Well, thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit up Alex Barbershop, Dynasty Barbershop, on Booksy, and all that good stuff. And Phil, like we said, thank you, guys. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you. I created those last two topics just for you to be on board. All right, man? I knew you were going to be chiming in. So thank y'all, everybody. Y'all see y'all later.
Yeah.